Let's see. Can I actually access my stream? Am I actually live? I should be. Why is it not working? Is it working now? Okay. It's working now. Got it. Okay. Good to know. I have no idea what happened there at all. But we are now working. Just can't access this. There we go. So, why? Oh, wait. What? Why am I on restricted mode? Why is my. What? Turn that off. Right. That's concerning. So why am I on restricted mode? This is okay. Trying to figure out what's going on here then. I think everything should now be working. I think. Why was this restricted to the person? I have absolutely no idea why this was restricted. It's a Minecraft stream. The new what's it called? The new age verification things have come in recently. I have seen reports of other creators saying that their content has been placed as restricted, despite the fact that we're saying there's nothing wrong with our content. As you can see, nothing wrong with this stream. It's just me talking as a Minecraft character. No idea what world, every single thing that I've had since 2023, I believe. I can egg things, testing with flaws. Can't remember doing this. This would have been years ago. This would have been Animal County. Everything like this, all in my test world. Now, we are in here today because I want to work on a new sort of design technique that I learned from B-Dubs in one of his Building from B-Dubs episodes, Building with B-Dubs episodes. And what it was is working, obviously designing with wool, sort of designing new buildings. Show you here, 5 p.m. British time on Thursday, new video coming out. But today I want to work on basically getting some more builds up and running to get into the farming area. Now, as I believe in the video that I saw from B-Dubs, basically there's like ratios to work with for builds, and rectangles are 3x5, which would be that. Obviously not very tall at all. That's 3x5. And then when you're working with builds, you just want to scale these up. So the next one would be obviously 6x10. And it's just stuff like this. These little things apparently can help you plan out something quite big. So that's 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And what I want to try to do is work with sort of some new shapes to get some more farmhouses built up, ready to expand that farming village that I have at the base of the cathedral currently. Hopefully not too tall. I want it to be about this tall. And this is probably a bit too big, so I'm going to cut it down from here. And working with different sized rectangles and cubes and stuff like that should hopefully help us to get a new sort of building. I want this to be 5 wide. Obviously right now I'm just painting out with sort of what's it called, with wool, just to get it all planned out. It's gonna be slightly taller than the other ones. Then we have the roof like this. But what we want to do is bring it in maybe like a front to this building as well. Bring in like a little front area where we have a central sort of entrance hall that goes into the building. See how that sort of looks. And now we have like sort of like a basic shape. What I want to do, start throwing in some detailing. Now, obviously, anyone who's watching this stream, if you want to learn how to improve your builds, it's probably a good way to sort of learn how to do it. I'm not the best teacher, on the planet, you guys I won't be able to really explain what I am doing. But if you follow along with me and sort of copy some of the builds I'm doing, then you should be able to sort of get the gist of what it is that I am doing. So this build, all of these are very medieval buildings. I just want to throw in little bits like this. So what a lot of expert, I guess, if you want to call us that, well, not me, but the other expert YouTubers, the other expert builders who I am sort of copying from doing this, they always build the initial layout out of wool and then slowly bring in what they want to build as they go on. And this entrance here, what I've done here, this little entrance, I absolutely love doing this with my builds now. Doing these little porches with the campfires. I think it works so well, like really, really well. Maybe bring this here, like that. Bring the fence, no, not fences. We want to bring the walls. Let's mix in some andesite wall here. What do we want to do this? Like that again? That should do. And then we want to bring in maybe some stairs. I don't really know what I'm doing. This is all experimental, same as 2 streams ago when we were doing the cathedral. And then once I've got sort of like generic sort of idea to go, we can then build something maybe a little bit more unique. How does this look actually? This is a complete accident I got this, but this might actually... I don't know. This might look pretty good. Oh no, I don't think that looks good. I don't know. I'll have to bring that back in one. But yeah, literally, even with these small little builds here, even with literally just building a small rectangular sort of farmhouse, you're sort of limited on what you can build. But I want to maybe bring in some new sort of blocks. Maybe limit the amount of detailing I do this time. And actually, you know what? I'm going to build a barn. So, let's get rid of this. Obviously, I've got styles for these smaller builds that I can already work on, that I've already done before. And I can just sort of copy and paste them a bit, change their orientation and stuff like that. If we build a barn, let's do that ratio again. What was it? 3x5. So let's go for 10 across. But now that's 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's 10, right? Hang on. I've messed up already. 10. This should be 0. Nope, that's 10 now. And then is it 6 tall? Is that too wide? No, it's not. So let's just go up a bit to like there. A little bit taller than that. How tall is this right now? This is at negative 60. This is negative 50. This is a square right now. So if we go up to 45. So that looks relatively good. That's a good height, I'd say, for a barn that we're building. We reduce it by a few blocks. Come across again. And we have this sort of layout for the height of a barn. Now I want to fill it all in with stone for now, because there's a base block to sort of get a general idea of what we're building. And I think I might make it 11 wide, just so we can then get that sort of uneven to it. You never want to make a purely symmetrical build. And doing this helps with the symmetry. So we go in 5, 2, 3, 4, 5. That block there's the middle. Should be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So those two are the middle blocks. I want this to be 5 wide. We need to get another block on this side then. So that's now 5. And that's now 5. You want a sort of large, sort of stable door. We can work on it, obviously. Let's do it 4 tall. Like this. And then cut across again. And come all the way up. This is... So go up 9 more. We have to go up to negative 45 on here. There we go. This is sort of how tall it's going to be. Probably work with how to change it later. As you can see in front of this sort of barn build we're doing, you can see where where I have been working on the cyberpunk sort of style. So the build sort of style that I'm working on. That looks probably tall enough. And then just bring in standard roof. And I just want to work with some new sort of techniques on how to make this look better. So right now, this doesn't look brilliant. How deep do I want this to be? This is that 95. So if we go to 105, let's go to 115. So that's 20 wide. That's 20 long now. Which looks a good size for a barn, I'd say. And we're going to do some side builds on the side of it as well, some like side buildings. Just expanding the floor print of it, the floor plan of it. But get this all built up, and then I want to work with the texture. I'm only going to do 2 sides, I think. Just to get a general gist of what we're doing. And this will go sort of opposite. Just see how we're doing it. Just going to debate it and see how it ends up working out. And I'll build this maybe a later time. But it's sort of just practicing. No, I think I'm going to use this to practice gradients. I'm going to use this wall here. And we're going to do some practice with some gradients, actually. That's something I really want to work with. So gradients, something I've never really worked with. I want to go from dark to grey, I'm going to say, for this gradient. This is my first time ever doing one. I really want to get some good gradients. I'm just going to search on Pinterest real quick. Some good sort of tips for gradients. So, Minecraft gradient. Not that sort of Minecraft. Minecraft gradients. I want to work with one that goes sort of green, sort of showing the age. So I'm going to go with this one here, starting with moss, I'm going to say, and working our way up to the stone. Again, I've never done gradients before, which is probably really bad of me to be a Minecraft builder and never have done gradients. But I also want to throw in a little bit more aged stuff. Maybe I've got all my add-on blocks here as well, which I'm not going to use in this. This is all vanilla, so you guys can ignore all that stuff. What other blocks work with a gradient? That would work if I was rich. Cacti don't work. Grass blocks only work on the floor. That's why we've got the moss. Just go for a really simple gradient to start with, you know. Let's not overcomplicate it. Gonna go for a very, very simple. From moss to stone, like this, and then work with it later on. I'm gonna start off with this sort of corner here. And see how we can make this work out. Now, I'm pretty sure you want it to just go... You don't want it to be too big, but I don't want it to be too small. So, but I also don't want... I do want to keep the moss going down the bottom. Of course. And then we want to go to cobblestone. We can just go up like that. Now, this should actually be our first ever gradient. This is something I really want to work on in my Forever World. Bringing in gradients like that. Because if you look at what has happened with my builds in the Forever World, I don't have gradients, I have shading. I throw a bunch of blocks together and just hope that it comes out pretty good. But this started with actually building the cathedral today. Well, not today, last week. Or 2 weeks ago when I first designed it, actually. What I really wanted to do was start bringing a gradient. And you can sort of see that. But I want to get better at them. So obviously this is green to grey. But I also want to do a dark to grey, a black to grey. And sort of work with that one as well. But first, I want to actually detail the gradient some more, because obviously we've got the gradient, but it wouldn't be my sort of build without throwing in some extra sort of detail blocks just to add to the greys, obviously, because I want to texture them as much as I do my current build. So obviously get the dead coral blocks. I use these ones in my world mainly. And then, of course, we're just going to throw in. That's a little bit less. Like, andesite is a little bit of a lighter grey to add to that sort of gradient. Obviously, this wall isn't really tall enough to get the full gradient, I'm going to say. But if we go out like this as well, and then we can mix in, is this a bit darker? This is darker. So maybe, does this go? Maybe this goes here? That's too dark. This is too dark. We don't want this. Okay, coral blocks are too dark for this sort of gradient. So stick with the andesite. And then we have a gradient here going in properly. And this will probably be thrown in on some of the taller builds in the city. Now, to go on to what we have been building recently in the cathedral. So I want to do some more builds like that along that river. But this time we're going to work with some nether blocks, wherever they are. Blackstone is in here. The creative menu always really confuses me. We want basalt as well. What are some good dark to light sort of ones? Maybe throw in some mud. We want some... Ooh, should we start with coal? No, coal's too expensive. It's not too expensive, but I don't really want to use it because I'm still using that as my furnaces right now. We want to get some mud. Some regular mud, which is... Creative menu always betraying me. I hate the creative menu so much. Mud. Please tell me it's in nature. It is in nature, I just didn't find it. I'd say that's maybe too light. Or do you want it on this side? Or do you want smooth? We might want smooth. And then use regular basalt. We don't want that. Sorry, we don't want that. Then use smooth. And then use this as a sort of detail. That might be a pretty good design. Get smooth in there. Then we want to go on to tough. And then I'm thinking, get in our sort of more detail with our brain corals and corals like that. Then cobblestone, andesite, then stone. Let's start to see how this sort of gradient works. I think it'll be pretty good. See, that's going to be detail. How does this look? Oh, yeah, This is the sort of gradient that I was sort of trying to get with the cathedral build. But obviously, I didn't actually go full in on it because I wasn't confident. And I wanted this return to the Forever World to be the perfect sort of build for the video. And obviously, next video in the Forever World, we're going to be a lot more experimental. So let's start with the sort of area for our blackstone. I don't want it to be too tall. There's quite a big, lot of blocks in this gradient. And we don't want it to get too much. We don't want it to be too tall. Well, we can always expand this later. Now, obviously, this is all experimental, so you won't be able to get perfect results with this. Because you still have this there. You just have to ignore that bit. So, and then we want to throw in... We just back off all this just so we can get little bits of detail in as well. So do the back of this. So I want to get that edge, so that end of the basalt as well. Throw in a little bit of detailing where I can. Because yes, I love gradients. But I want to mix in detailing as well. To really incorporate an Emerald Gamer sort of building. So from here we go on to tough. Which I can also work on with using some other sort of tough blocks. Maybe some tough stone. Not tough stone, tough walls. Obviously, this is going to need to be a lot taller. And we don't want that. And then dead coral blocks. Obviously, we can throw in detailing with coral blocks as well. But I might change how that works. Then cobblestone. How is this looking? I think this might be looking quite good, actually. Andesite. Obviously, this will be for the towers in the city, this one, I'd say. Because we don't want it to be too much. because you won't be able to fit this sort of gradient into a darker build at all. No, not into a darker build, into a shorter build. You know what? Actually, let's just get that, fix that bit there. Okay. Gradients are cool. I think I might need to expand that smooth basalt area. But you know what? Gradients. A lot easier than I thought they'd be, to be honest. So I want to find some other ones that match how, sort of match my builds. And there's one more I want to try right in the middle. There's going to be a little bit, sort of like a dark grey to light grey. You have green to grey, black to grey, which I love already. Let's do a dark grey to lighter grey. So start with deep slate. Let's use grey concrete. Do we want dark grey or regular grey concrete? Where's concrete? It's down here. Is that too dark? Do you want light grey? I think we want regular. Oh no. Then we want tough. We want some tough variants maybe. Let's just do regular tough maybe. Get some regular tough in. Obviously coral blocks. Stuff like that. Gravel might be a good block to throw in. Andesite. And then back into stone. Let's see how this one looks. This is going to be the bottom base. This is going to be the base of it. Let's do 5 across just so we can get a good glimpse as to what this looks like. Obviously, the Wandering Trades has got to get in the way because they always do. Like that. And then we have this here. This is a little bit lighter. Clear this all out. Once I've got these sort of like gradients sort of planned, I will then jump into a creative version of the Forever World and sort of see how we can incorporate this into a build, probably in the actual city, in the City of Leaf, where these gradients are going to be, just because these gradients, to get them really good, you sort of need height. I don't want height outside of the city, I only want it in the city, so these sort of things belong perfectly. I don't want that there. Let's get in some brain coral, of course. Getting some coral. That really completes it, I think. Doing that sort of thing. Gravel next. Oh, yeah, gravel next looks good. And then, obviously, we'll have andesite to end it off before transitioning all the way back into our stone. And then into stone to finish it off. And there we go. 3 gradients. I guess these two are pretty similar. Obviously, this one's got a little bit... This goes from darker to light. So maybe we could expand this one by putting this in as well. Could work really well. But we have 3 gradients now. Let's jump into... I'm going to take a screenshot of this. And let's jump into the actual... An actual test world for the Forever World. That's builds. That's the actual Forever World. We want this one. This one's the Grave Test World. And let's see. Can we get anything out of this? I want to try build another tower. I know I built a lot of them. Yeah, as you can see here on the actual cathedral, I have finished it. Don't want to spoil too much. But you can sort of see I'm starting to lean towards doing gradients in my builds. But I don't quite think it's worked fully here. And again, I absolutely love this build. You can see where my gradients have started to come in right here. But I want to get a proper gradient thrown in. I've got the camera on right now, haven't I? I do, right, yeah. Let's just clear my inventory again. / clear. Remember, guys, this is a test of the Forever World, a copy of it, not the actual one. I can explain that. I was trying to figure out something with the camera and I just accidentally killed all the animals. But I did slash kill E. So, we've got, this is a very tower-centric sort of city, isn't it? I remember saying, I think I said it in a deleted video, a video I never finished. We come onto the floor, onto the roof here. Oops, fell a bit too far. We have 3 towers on this side, only 1 on that side. And I think I want to balance it out a little bit more. Again, I don't want too many towers in this world. But I think throwing one in, sort of like, you can see a little gap there. I'm going to go see if we've got any sort of like planned out areas. So I've planned out a bunch of builds with wool. I'm going to see if there's any on this side of the building of the city that look like they're going to become a tower. Not quite yet. So we might have to expand the platform a little bit. And I think maybe got a good idea here. We just expand obviously the path, the road, however you want to call it, outwards a bit. So we bring this out a little bit. Let's bring it back in one. This is sort of like how I build my roads as well in this world. Everything's sort of like just built at random with little bits of detail just to make it look nice. And I don't know how I feel about these roads. How do you guys feel about these roads? Because I quite like them, but I don't think they're the best. So you want to go that there. Let's do a... How big do you want this tower to be? How wide? Sorry, do you want this to be? This is 4. I don't want it to be perfectly square. So... Because making it perfectly square just makes it so much harder to build a roof on it. And I can't do stuff like this at the top. So, have I built any perfectly square ones? I haven't. So what I might do is... Maybe just expand the road one, you know? Just make it look like the road's supposed to be this tall and these houses just overlapped it, maybe? I think I'll be able to get away with this. You guys won't notice, will you? You guys won't notice. So that's 5. How wide are my normal bases? How wide are the bases on my other towers? This one here is 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Need to learn to count. Hang on. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's 9. And that's a bit of a stubby one. I want it to be quite tall, but not too tall. This one here, again here, you can see where I've started bringing gradient again, but didn't quite finish it off. This one was, what, 7... This is at 59. This is at 51. This was 7. No, this was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. These are all 9. So, I'll just do another 9, I'd say. So 5, 6, 7. Don't say anything on chat. 8, 9. Cool. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Then how tall do I want this to be? Because obviously, as we get higher up, the gradient's only going to last for so long. And then it will probably shift into this sort of thing again. Maybe shift into what I did on these ones, maybe? Or do we just make the gradient really big? I don't want it to be as tall as this. This is the Guildhall. So, this tower here, obviously, Guildhall, this is the main building of the city. So I don't want it to be taller than the Guildhall. Because this isn't going to be the tallest building in the city, but it's going to be the tallest building in this part of the city. So I don't want this to get too tall. So, what level are we actually building at again? This is at 71. So I'll just get some wool. And just sort of lay out how tall this is going to be. So we're at 71. Obviously, going up to 101 isn't going to be enough. 30 blocks tall isn't enough. I want it to be taller than this one, though. So, the height of this one, the top of this, is at 126. And the top of the Guildhall is at 141. Okay. So that gives us 15 blocks. So let's go for, bang in the middle, let's go for 135. 135-ish. Let's go for 135. That's how tall we're going to go for this. I want it to be tall, but not too tall. Might make it a bit wider as well. 135. Should I go 134 instead? I don't know. 135 do fine. So up to... That's a bit too tall. Let's go for 30. Would that be tall enough? Because it's slightly shorter than the Guildhall. I say that's too tall. I think that's too tall. Because this isn't going to be like a grand tower. This is just going to be another one that's thrown into the world somewhere. So what's this one at? This is at 131. And this one doesn't feel too tall. What about our shorter ones? I don't want to be as short as the chapel in the Guildhall. I already know where to go for. Maybe go down to 120. What's this at? This is at 110, 108. This one is 127. Let's just go down to the size of the first tower I built. I hate this building so much, I really want to try to hide it. So let's go to 127. That should be good. So that should be a good height, I'd say. That's still taller than this one by 1 block. And it should still... Let's just go into Always Day to actually see what I'm doing. Where is it? Always Day is not in video, it's in game. Where are we? Always Day, there we go. Remember guys, this is, because people just joined the stream, this is a copy of my Forever World. So now, we bring in the gradient. Now obviously, this isn't going to be the height of the actual building, we're going to have to do the roof. So I think we start... At what level do we start this at and make it a little bit shorter? So this starts at, what was that? 98. So if we start the actual roof bit here, let's go for 101. So the actual base of the tower will be... No, I don't really care if it gets too tall. Let's go for 105. There, 105. And that gives us quite a good amount of room. I want to do this sort of top on it again. I've done a lot of this topping. I want to do... Maybe throw in a sort of top like this. This is... Starts at 100, ends at 106. So that is 6 blocks tall. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. And then the roof can start here. And I sort of have an idea. The roof is going to be the same as all the other roofs in this world. So obviously we want to go across 9. But do we want to make it one short, don't we? We don't want it to be perfectly level, do we? Damn it. At what point do we cut it off? Let's cut it off here. I don't want it to be a perfectly straight tower, because that really makes them quite hard to make. Right, so 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then we'll just make the standard sort of roof that I have for it, which goes up by 2s, I believe. So you have that, and that. This. Just like that. Is that how I do it? Yeah, that's how I do my roofs. Okay. And then just replicate that around. So 2, 3, 4, 5. Just like this. This should do it. There we go. Now, I don't really need to be doing the roof right now, but it's better to do the roof right away. So that's at 2. Go like this. And then we go up 2. Like that. That's just how you get my sort of roofs up. This is sort of just like a very basic sort of roof for a sort of tower, I'd say. Then 3 comes into a square pretty quickly, which is always nice. And then if you make sure your tower's the right size, the right dimensions, you always want it to be odd. then it should be really easy just to get it right. So this shouldn't be too tall, actually. Let's just go 3 up. So that's our sort of roof done. Okay, so how tall is this going to be from a distance? It's not going to be perfect right now, but that's good, I'd say. That's a good height, yeah. Shorter than that, it's the shortest one. No way it's the... Probably afford to go a little bit taller then, can't I? This is 128, 2127. Yeah, this is the shortest one. This is 122, jeez. Yeah, I can definitely afford to go higher. Let's go up 10, 1, 2. Just get rid of this roof, actually. I didn't realise it was as short as it has become. I thought this was going to be a lot taller. I want to get up to 132, so we have to go up by 10. Hopefully we go up by 10. I might also just make the roof 3 tall instead, because the roof was looking a little bit stocky. Don't know how I felt about it. It shouldn't have done, because it's the exact same size as that roof there. So get rid of this and make it a little bit taller. Get it, raise it up a bit. So this is currently at 106. Let's go to 111. 111. That's 112. 111. Right. Now let's go. 3, 4, 5. And then again here. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Like this. Let's get this roof just thrown back on real quick. Just to get a sort of idea. I know how to do the roof, so I might not design the roof in this thing. Just because the roof is going to be exactly the same as everything else I've done. It's going to be Blackstone. Roofs I can't really be bothered with. As you guys might be able to tell from the 100 days of me building roofs, I hate building roofs. They are burden of my life. Hate building roofs. So just something like this, maybe. Then obviously you want to go 2, like that. And then 2 up. If you know we want to go higher up than that. It's like that, isn't it? There we go. Then build, come in again. Build it up like this. And now this is where the roof comes in at the top. So how tall is that now? That should look better. Hopefully. Oh yeah, that's going to look so much better. Right. So now, what gradient should we use? I'm going to use the dark one, I think. I'm going to go from black to... I'm going to go from black to grey. I think that's a pretty good gradient. I quite like that one. So start with, what was it? Blackstone. And what was the gradient I used? It should be on here now, so I should be able to capture it. So we started with Blackstone. Then it was mud, which is there. You remember that's where it is. Mud. Smooth basalt. Regular basalt for a little bit of detailing. Tough. And I think we're going to throw in some tough brick as well. Just add a little bit of detail again. And maybe some chiseled tough as well. Maybe that end of that chiseled tough. That might look quite good. And then, of course, we want our different types of corals. We can have different versions. I always use bubble, dead, fire, and tube coral. And then what was it? It was cobblestone next. Cobblestone here. Maybe we get, and then end it off with andesite before going into the stone. Right. Okay. So now we have our gradient. How many blocks do I have? So let's start with the gradient. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's just do it with one block to start with. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah. 5. And then this block's next. I think that should be good. And then we want to go into the next colours, which are these ones. And you should be able to get it. So Yeah, that's pretty good. 111. Oh, wait, that's why the building was so short. I guess remember why the building's so short now. We were going to start the sort of top section of it at 106, aren't we? That would explain it. That really, really would explain it. Okay, so now I know what I'm doing. So we want this to go till 1.6, don't we? 1, 2, 3. Let's go up to there. Maybe a little bit shorter. And then this is where the top of it was going to be, wasn't it? It was going up to like this. Okay, I've got that now. That's easier to understand now. Now I know my actual thought process of what I was actually doing. Now let's just work on the gradient. I want to throw in some detailing as well once we've got it built up. So, sort of like this. That can go up 3, sure, why not? Nope, we want it like this, maybe? So like that. We want the gradients to sort of mix and match, I'm going to say. That goes there. So like that. There we go. We want it all to sort of look like it's aging rather than anything else. Hopefully this doesn't look stupid. But I might have to throw in a trim. Will I have to throw in a trim to it? I hope not. But I might have to. If you throw in a trim, it's going to be a dark one. Obviously, right now we don't know how this is really looking right now. But we want a good few blocks. I think I'm going to reduce the size of that. Oh, no, that's not good. We don't want straight lines. No straight lines. That's not good. Straight lines. Straight line bad. Okay, that looks a lot better. Maybe get a spike up here, though. Maybe go like that. Maybe this is better. I think that looks pretty good, doesn't it? Let's go for this sort of shape. Nope. We want that sort of shape, maybe. Like this. 3. So like that. Nope. That there. No. That looks too unnatural. That don't look good at all. There we go. That looks better. And then on the back of all of this basalt, I'm just going to temporarily place some other blocks on the back of this basalt. Just so we can get that little bit of detailing that I want to throw in. Obviously. This will all go away because we don't want to take up too much space. I don't even know if this is ever going to go into the actual Forever World. I don't know how this is going to look in the long term. Hopefully this doesn't look absolutely ridiculous. I don't think it's looking decent right now, I'd say. Or is it? This might never make it into the Forever World, but it's a good sort of thing to practice. Because I will be bringing gradients, but I think I might be going too big too soon. Is that what's going on here? Am I going too big too soon? I feel like I might be. Yeah, I'm definitely going too big too soon with this. But if this doesn't end up in the Forever World, not the end of the world. Obviously. Because this world still exists. Yeah, that's not good. Gone too big. Okay. So like this, maybe? Like that? There we go. That can still work. Oh wait, no, this is where we will go back one. Okay, so... I don't feel like it. I don't feel like this works. I really think this isn't the right thing. Like, I love the gradient, but I don't think it suits a tower. I don't think this works with the tower that we're building. So maybe I might resort to a different gradient. I think this is a gradient that works with maybe when we do the city walls. Actually, I've got it. This gradient works further down the city. Now, I might have to reduce the size of it, make it a little bit smaller. But what I'm planning on eventually doing is down on this bit here. As you can see, I've got the road thing. We're going to have sort of like a quayside, a harbour area, which was originally going to be over there, but now it's coming out here. This sort of gradient might work perfectly with the harbour, because we are going to be bringing this city up quite high. This is going to come along, I think, right now. This wall is going to come along, go a small little harbour area in this corner, go have the city walls come along up to here, and the gradient that we've designed here works perfectly for a sort of grungier area, not for the foliage district of the city. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to delete this save. Again, it's just a save file. It's not the actual Forever World. So we're going to delete this and we're going to start again using maybe the green texturing. So delete that. Get a new copy of the Forever World, duplicate world. So I think maybe getting this other sort of gradient might work better. Maybe. Hopefully, at least, hopefully. So, come on, hopefully this duplicates soon. Right, so there we go. Now that we've got that done, all I want to do is get into the duplicate and get this loaded. Okay, so here we are. What I want to do, get in, I'm not in Crave right now, am I? Hang on. Settings, we want this in peaceful, just we don't have any mobs annoying us. Creative. When's the next City Skylines video? Hopefully in 2 weeks. I do have to record. I recorded the last 3 all in one go, all over one weekend. And I sort of have to do that again, but right now I'm very stuck on what to actually do in that city. I'm trying to figure out like what next direction to go to, I guess. But I will hopefully get one out soon. Okay, so that's all done. But right now I'm focusing on Forever World content again. I want to get back into the Forever World completely. Because right now I have, what is it called? I have City Skylines has been 3 videos, and then we're back into Forever World on Thursday. I want this channel to remain strictly Minecraft, so I might try break it down. So maybe go down to a 2 and 2 sort of basis. But I might also just go down to, hopefully, if I can get the content out. And don't take this for my word. Don't take this as fact, because this probably won't happen. This might not happen. But hopefully go down to 1 City Skylines video a month and 3 Emerald County videos a month. Not Emerald County, Forever World videos a month, which is quite a big ask. I might be able to get it if I really work hard on this and dedicate my life to it, but I might not do so. So I don't really know. I'm obviously doing the weekly videos, but they will be coming out. I just don't really know exactly how often. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So I don't really know how often they'll be coming out, but they will be coming out still. Whether that be once a month. So like when it's not a Forever World video, if I don't have a Forever World video ready to go out, then it will be a City Skylines video, something like that. You need a bulk record, like 100 of them, because they don't take long to record at all. Only problem is I'm hit like a block with that city. I don't want to abandon it because I've had that problem with all the other cities I've made in this channel, so I don't want to do that again. So let's just go up. Let's get this done. So I want to go. Let's go this one up to 100. Right, this is at 101. So that goes up to 100. Then we go in 1. Let's go up to 120. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. This is way too tall now, isn't it? You know what? This is way too tall now. Screw it. I'm going to go for a new personal best. I'm going to go for a new record-breaking tower. Let's not do it over here. Let's do it. Where do you want it? Where do you want it? Where do you want it? You know what? I know we got that planned out, but I'm going to go for a new record-breaking tower here. We are going into a new section of the city that I have not yet worked on. All the way up here, a bit further up, I haven't really worked on this area yet. But may as well get started with a new record-breaking tower in this city. So this is the main street. This is going to be like one of the main streets running through the city. It goes all the way from where will eventually be the library, where our like villagers will be, all the way up to what will eventually become. It'll run along this sort of coastline where the river is, up to there where we will eventually, in like 80 years' time, have a university. That's going to be a very long-term project, because I have to get the city to expand all the way out there, basically. This is the size of the city right now. We have to get it over to there. And over there, and over there. But anyway, I'm going to get a new... We're just going to get some tough blocks. Sort of plan out where this road is going to go from here on out. Actually, what I need to do... I built this road before I even thought about using slabs, and I need to rework this road. Let's work on just the outline of the road. I'm not going to do this all today, for obvious reasons, because this will take bloody forever. But let's get our tough blocks. This is the start of a brand new district of the city of Leaf that will revolutionize, sort of, the way that I build in Minecraft. That's what's happening here, guys. You are witnessing the that's what the next video of the Forever World sort of focuses on, I guess, and the next one's like this. You are currently witnessing the revolution of how I play Minecraft. That is what is going on at this exact moment as I am building out this road. I am hoping that this road will really look cool. And the way it's going to come up is we're going to have buildings wrapping around all of it. But I think, obviously, this is going to be... We're reworking how this sort of river works. Like, this whole river. I don't really know how I want it to work. I was originally thinking bringing in sort of like trading to this village here. Don't think that's going to work with the city being right here. Can't be bothered to build a bridge. So what I might do is make it a sewage, maybe? Again, not really got this all planned out right now. I'm just getting sort of like an outline of the road going. This might end up becoming a bridge. Don't know yet. But it might do one day. Who knows? So we get the road up to there. And then just expand it out a little bit. Obviously, this is going to need so much terraforming to do. It's going to take forever to build. But what I'm thinking now is this is going to eventually become a bridge. We've got to rework this entire part of the city. Like, all of this part of the city. And it's going to take a lot of work. I'm prepared to do it. We're going to have this road here. Going to be right on the edge of a river. Move the river, basically, this way. So we have to get rid of some of this village. Some of this mountain, which is not going to be fun at all. Rearrange how all this works. That's going to be annoying. Got to rearrange all of this storage systems. Not great. Might just have to... What I might just do is... I have this sort of thing here, which I absolutely love. And I'll keep this in. And build something here. But the river will just come along. We'll have the bridge here. And we'll have the roads going along. So what I am now thinking for this sort of area, if this sheep will please get out of my way. We want it to be 11 by 11. I want to be right on the edge of what will eventually become the bridge. So this tower isn't going to be built for months, probably. Basically, what I'm doing is this creative test world bit here. So I'm doing creative test worlds for every single building in this world. This one here is going to be strictly for the city of Leaf up until probably December. So how long is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, hang on, 1, 2, 3, 4. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So, as you can see, because we are building on a mountain, this is going to take a long time to sort of terraform. So I'm thinking we bring the road along like this. We got to do, oh my god. The amount of terraforming I'm going to have to do is insane. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So it should be perfectly matched like this. Now this is why I'm starting to see why people say build with the terrain. Because this is going to be painful, but we'll make it work. So we have it then go up, so this tower will then go up one, so like that. Along like this. And that's where the tower ends. And then eventually we're going to sort of turn this road around to somewhere else. I'll just bring the tower road in like this for now. But eventually it will turn off that way. Off, hopefully, towards the river. So that we can get back to being a riverside road. How far away is the river going to be? That far away. We have to get this back to the river. And then get along here. So it's just this bit. It's going to be really annoying. I've got to do a lot of terraforming. That's going to be done not in this stream. Don't worry. But for now, let's jump into our gradients. I'm just going to do one wall of this, I think, in this stream. So we want this. This is at 81. So let's take this up to 1. That's 30 blocks tall now. At 111. But I want this not to be taller because it's higher up. I want it to be taller. So if you were at the same height. So this starts at 71. It goes in at 90. So this goes in at 19 blocks tall. This goes in at 30 blocks tall. So then how tall is this segment there? This segment here goes from 90 to 109. So another 19. But I am going to go up. Let's reduce that. Let's reduce this. It goes up to let's reduce this to 15, or was it 81? So 15 will be there. And then we go up. This is at 106. Let's go up to 120 to start with. That's 14 blocks taller. So that's 14 there. So go up to 26 for 20 blocks tall. And then let's go up to 31. And there we go. That's going to be the next tower. That could be pretty cool. Now, what I'm thinking is this is going to be right on the edge of where the bridge will eventually be. You guys really have to think here. You can't use what you can see. You're going to have to really use your imaginations for this. Imagine the river coming right along here and sort of following its current trajectory off that way. Hope you won't have to terraform too much out of here. Because right now, basically, what I have done previously in this world is sort of screwed over my plan for it now. And now I'm saying it on a stream, so it's going to have to happen for real. But obviously that bit isn't really touched yet, so I wouldn't have to terraform too much of that. It's all over here. So you've got to imagine this is going to be a bridge. Bridge ends right here. River, perfectly here. And what I think is we have that darker gradient we were talking about earlier, the black to grey. But then here we have a little edge, and this is where our gradient for, actually I just need to get the roof on, our gradient for, what's it called, the green to grey. And see how this works. I think this might be really cool. So this is going to be where that bit ends. So I'm just going to mark that off with a trim sort of thing. So like how I mark off everything else in this world. So like, that's the trim. And then we want to go up probably another 10. Let's go up to 41. So that's 41. Oh, wow, this is going to be very tall. Oh, this might be too tall. Actually, now I'm thinking about it. That's 6, 7, 8. 8 tall there. Go with 9, actually. And then that again will be the boundary. 2 like that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 8, 9. Let's get the roof on, obviously. Just get everything sorted out. Ooh, that's not right, is it? Like this, that's what we want. Okay, this is going to be a very tall roof now. Bloody hell, this is going to be a tall building. Wait, what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Right, that would explain what I've done wrong here. That's one block too big. There we go. Okay, this might end up being too tall. It should be fine, but might end up being a little bit too tall. Oh god, what have I done here? Right, okay, this should be fine. I think I may have just accidentally made the new tallest... I have deliberately made the new tallest building in the city. But that's fine. Right. Okay, that's like that. Yeah, okay. I just need to get out of the side and done it. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. You need to get this other side in just so I can plan it off properly. Oh my god. So this might end up becoming a bit of a larger build over time. Like, I've done the same problem again, haven't I? What have I done? That's what I've done. What? Like that. Okay, there we go. What? No clue what I was doing there. Right, okay. Now we're back on track. That's better. Say it. This still ain't right, is it? What have I done? How have I scuffed this up? How have I messed this up? Seriously. How have I messed this up? This is why some of the builds I do take so long to do, because I really mess this up so easily. So yeah, like I said, this tower is probably going to become part of a much larger building. Now that I think about it, it's definitely going to become part of a larger building. So what we want to do is just get this fixed now, don't we? I am really confused at what I've done. I really am. So obviously that's going to be like that. Okay, yeah, I've got it now. Okay. I think I've found my sanity again. Hopefully. That ain't right. Okay, yeah, I've found my sanity again. It's okay. We're fine. I think. What? What am I doing? I am losing it. This is not right at all. What am I doing? I honestly, as soon as this becomes like, I am so confused. As soon as I make this just one block bigger than it has been, I completely lose it. That's what we want. There we go. That's what we want, right? You guys probably just had enough of this happening. But this is just, oh my god. Yeah, as soon as I make this go from 7 by 7 to 9 by 9, I completely lose the plot. This is ridiculous. What have I done? You want it like this, don't you? Right, so now that I've figured out where my problems lie, I think that's a problem. That's fixed. Okay, there we go. That's not... Okay, not where we... What? Okay. That's wrong. So that bit's wrong. Okay, there we go. I am seriously concerned about how easy I completely lost the plot there. But I've got it back. I know what I'm doing now. It's fine. We're fine. Should be fine, at least. Right, that's not right. We don't like that. There we go. Okay, there we go. I can breathe again now. There we go. Okay, 164. There we go. Now I've finally got that absolute catastrophe or a roof completed. Now we can go on to doing the gradient. There we go. That's what I wanted to get to. That really was embarrassing on my part. I'm going to say that was ridiculous. I could not figure out how to do that. It really, really was. And it's like, stone. Now we can get our gradients back. Okay. Okay, there we go. I'm just going to do this one side, I'm going to say. Just so it doesn't go on for too long. 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2, 3, 4. There's our gradient. And then I'll just copy. We have this gradient to start off with. And then at the top, once we've got the gradient off, and we're off on our way, I will throw in detailing like this, and make it look like the rest of them. I just wanted this gradient at the base, just to get it looking good. So now I know what I'm doing. We should be absolutely fine. Easy sailing from here on out. Right. Easy sailing. As I say, as I get completely confused at what it is I'm doing. That's what I'm doing, isn't it? There we go. Gradients. That'll do. Right, okay. Then we go in like this. Right, okay. Got this all done. Fill this in. I don't want this to get too sort of confusing again, like I did with the black one by accident. So next we go into regular cobblestone. There we go. Okay, there we go. And this is where everything starts to fade into the andesite. That could be like that. There we go. Then we go into the andesite like this. And obviously I'm going to throw in some detailing as well. Just into these sort of bits. Throw in bits like that. Maybe like that. That's good. No, we don't want that. We want it like this. There we go. Up one. There we go. Into the stone. And there we have it. There is our beautiful, beautiful gradient. There we go. Got it. Finally got the gradient. That's good. So now I can get the rest of this wall done. That should be pretty easy to do. Okay, so I'm pretty good. How long has this stream been now? Started an hour ago. I'm going to see how long we've been streaming for. Hour and 10. Pretty good stream. I'm pretty going to end it here because this has been an absolute pain trying to figure out how to do gradients. But yeah, that is how to do gradients, guys. Or at least me learning how to do gradients. Now that I have these 3 gradients in my test world, the other test world that we started off with, should be pretty easy to bring them into the creative world forever now. Not creative world, the forever world forever now. So hopefully it should go well. Anyway, guys, hope you did enjoy the stream. If you did, make sure to subscribe if you haven't already. Remember, episode 7 of the Minecraft Forever World comes out on Thursday at 5 PM British time. Make sure to be there. I absolutely love the build I do. It's a brand new style of videos, sort of, that I really want to bring into this channel more. So make sure to go check that out on Thursday. But anyway, I will go see you guys later on another stream, next video, whatever happens next. I'll see you later. And goodbye.